Tropical ecosystems are some of the richest and most diverse places on Earth, home to over 80% of the world's terrestrial species. These regions are vital for global climate stability, water cycles, and human survival. But beneath their beauty lies a growing crisis. Tropical landscapes are changing fast. Forests, once untouched, are now disappearing. Cities are rising where trees once stood. This documentary explores the long-term ecological impact of land use and land cover changes in tropical regions and how science and technology are helping us understand and respond to this shift before it's too late. LULC change refers to how humans use and reshape land clearing forests, building roads, farming lands, or mining resources. In tropical zones, these changes are especially intense and fast-moving. What makes this dangerous is how much biodiversity these areas hold. Fragmenting forests and polluting rivers don't just affect local wildlife, it disturbs entire ecosystem, carbon cycles, and water systems. One of the biggest challenges is that these changes often go unmonitored or unmanaged, especially in remote areas. That's why long-term monitoring using satellite data has become crucial. Land use and land cover changes in tropical regions are happening faster than ever, and often without regulation or oversight. Once, tropical rainforests formed vast, continuous ecosystems, but today, these forests are being cut into fragmented patches, disconnected by road, farmland, and urban growth. This fragmentation does more than change the landscape, it breaks the lifeline of ecosystem. Animals that once migrate freely now face blocked paths. Many species can no longer find food, shelter, or safe breeding grounds. For some, this means local extinction. Hotspots like Borneo, Amazon, and the Congo Basin are under intense pressure. In Borneo alone, thousands of hectares of rainforest have been cleared for oil palm plantation, pushing species like orangutan to the brink. In the Amazon, illegal logging and forest fires are often linked to agriculture, destroying not just trees but entire web of life. These impacts ripple beyond biodiversity. They affect climate regulation, water cycle, and even indigenous communities who depend on the forest. The biggest challenges, these changes are often hidden. By the time the damage is visible, it's already deep. That's why early detection and long-term monitoring are more important than ever. The Tigris and Euphrates River Basin is one of the biggest river areas in West Asia. Over the years, these regions have faced big problems like less trees, more building, and changing weather. So, to see what's really happening, the researchers use remote sensing and GIS. They study satellite images from the year 2000 to 2022 using Google Earth Engine and a method called random forest, which is a type of a smart computer system. This helped them create clear maps of land changes every year. They found that built-up areas are growing fast while tree areas are shrinking. The biggest change happened in parts of Iraq and Syria.
In southwest Ethiopia, the Kaffa Biosphere is home to one of the richest forest ecosystems, yet between 1986 and 2018, more than 1,170 hectares of forest were lost. Using satellite data and NDVI analysis, researchers revealed a significant drop in vegetation health caused by climate variability, agriculture expansion, and population pressure. Forests once covered 33.44% of the area in 1986, but by 2018, that figure had decreased to just 28.30%. As forests declined, cultivated land increased, pointing to a growing dependence on agriculture. Climate anomalies, including shifting rainfall patterns and drought episodes, further weaken forest resilience. Despite protection efforts under the Biosphere Reserve programs, deforestation persists due to the poor enforcement and rising demand for fieldwood and farmland. However, there is a growing movement within local communities to adopt conservation practices and reforestation. Initiatives like participatory forest management and buffer zone protection offer hope for ecological recovery. Baruka near Dhaka, Bangladesh has transformed into an industrial hub from 2002 to 2022, period of area research by 270%, replacing agriculture and wetlands. Vegetation rose from 39.8% to 51.9% of the land area, largely due to increased green spaces and reforested grassland. Yet agriculture dropped from 32.9% to 27.2%, raising concerns over food security. Industrial development attracted thousands of migrants, resulting in new settlements and high land pressure. The Dhaka Mine Maintenance Highway accelerated this growth, and over 100 factories were built within 2 decades. Water bodies decreased by 5.28 kilometers, threatening aquatic habitats and flood regulations. Meanwhile, parallel fluctuated due to poor soil fertility and land mismanagement. The region's transformation illustrates the double-edged nature of developments. While economic growth surged, environmental integrity weakened. To protect future sustainability, urban planning must integrate green infrastructure, enforce zoning regulations, and promote community-based environmental stewardships. In all these regions, forest declines either due to the climate stress or developments. The result increased flood risk, biodiversity loss, and changing microclimate. Solution exists: agroforestry, conservation zoning, participatory governments, and land monitoring tools like GIS. In Kava, the Biosphere Reserve model is a step forward. In Baluka, urban planning needs stronger policy support. This is not just a story of trees and buildings, it is a story of people. When we change the land, we shape our own future. Let us act now to balance biodiversity and development for generations to come.